Tonight Ben hunts with the Super Hogster. Ben and I went hunting up in North Texas under a hazy sky from the California wildfires. We had some hogs show up right around sundown. The small dots that you see out there in the distance at 550 to 600 yards are going to be hogs, as seen through the Super Hogster on its native magnification. Now there are a lot of cattle in the background. That's going to be a problem for us this evening, and we're trying to figure out if we want to go after these hogs, or because of the way in which the wind is blowing, if maybe we want to go after these hogs that are right next to a tank where I shot hogs last time on the property. So what we're going to do is head on down around, paralleling the wind, going around the back side of the tank, coming around the opposite side, turning towards the hogs and shooting. And here we've come around behind the hogs. I've only got video from my rifle at this point.
I've got butts on my hand. Okay.
Waiting for the hogs to turn. Here we go.
3, 2, 1.
We both shoot and drop hogs. We both hit runners.
Wow. One ran right by us. Pivot behind you. Pivot behind you. Got one running. Yeah. See if it's...
And here's our problem for the evening. We've got hogs with cattle directly behind them and hogs amongst the cattle and around the cattle.
Oh, look at them all go.
Well, despite an extensive search, we only came away with 2 hogs, each boars coming in at about 100 pounds apiece. On to the next property. Here's the gear that we're each running. I've got my LSA TX50 multi-purpose carbine and 6.5 Grendel, and Ben's running a 6mm Grendel. And I'm using an IR Hunter Mark III, and he's using a Bering Optics Super Hogster, a new thermal sight from Bering Optics that actually performs very well. I've been very surprised and impressed by how well this scope works. As we're making our approach on the hogs, for some reason, despite the wind being in our favor, they get spooked and take off.
Can you get a shot at anything?
Yep. They win.
And we're going to hit 2 hogs side by side.
3, 2, 1.
However, both run, and I had my first malfunction in the Lone Star Armory TX15. I had a corroded case that got stuck in the chamber. And here 20 seconds later, I'm still trying to get unstuck.
Clear shoot?
Yeah, I'm shooting.
When Ben shoots this sow and doesn't follow up because the hog's going over the ridge. And after finding that sow, I happen to spy another hog down in the low bottom areas. He's getting the sound turned on. Here he goes. And he hits the boar in the back of the head. So we recovered 2 hogs from this group, both of them being Ben's, a 180-pound boar and a 130-pound sow. Moving on to the next property, Ben's looking at some deer out there at almost 200 yards with his Super Hogster. Now he's panned over to the hogs, and I'm looking at the hogs as well. The wind is in our favor, which is great. There's a bright security light illuminating part of the pasture, so we're in the shadow of a tree.
Okay.
We've got cattle off in the high grass just off to the right, so this is a one-shot only type situation.
3.
Alright, here we go.
2, 1.
2 shots, 2 hits, and 2 hogs go down.
Brass Catcher by Tactical Brass Recovery.
And for our last hogs of the night, I came away with a 90-pound boar, and Ben came away with a 100-pound boar. Ben will be putting together a review of the Super Hogster, and that'll be on his YouTube channel, and I will post that when I get the link from him, both in the description and at the end of this video. In the meantime, I really enjoyed looking at the Super Hogster. It's a really nice, compact, lightweight scope that does a very good job. Carpe sus, my friends.